Hello everybody. So this video is going to be about Barack and Michelle Obama, the hope and change agents who care about people, who promised. Barack Obama promised in 2007 to Planned Parenthood the first thing he would do as president is codify Roe v. Wade. Now, why am I bringing up Roe v. Wade? Well, we already know, if you watch anything mostly on the internet or social media, that Barack Obama caught a lot of heat for wagging his finger at black men and scolding them. If you don't vote for Kamala, I think you're probably sexist. You got to vote for Kamala. Black men have been very insulted and very upset by this scolding. They're like, we can vote for whoever we want. Don't be scolding us, Barack. But now Michelle has come out because people still don't like Kamala because obviously she's an airhead who can't answer simple questions. So now Michelle has come out and said, if you don't vote for Kamala, because that's pro-abortion Democrats, you're risking the lives of the women you love. You're risking the lives of your daughters and your sisters. Scolding them. Now, does she have a point? Kind of reminds me of when we were scolded that if we don't get this injection that turned out to not prevent the spread of anything, you'll be responsible for killing grandma. It's a pretty it's like a CIA tool of gaslighting and propaganda. So now Michelle Obama is wagging her finger at black men and she's angry. Now why is she so angry? She's trying to make a point, wagging her finger. If you don't vote for Kamala, you'll be responsible for the deaths of women. Something to that effect. Well, Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, you're frauds. You're not who you claim to be. I saw it from the beginning, but let's get into that later. Barack Obama had every chance to codify Roe v. Wade, but he chose not to. You know why? Exactly for this reason, so they could stand up there and wag their finger at you and pull out the Trump card of abortion, because they didn't want to codify it, because that's their one Trump card that they use to get the women who want abortion. But when they had the chance to codify it, because they had the presidency, the House, and the Senate for 4 years, they didn't, because they never wanted to codify abortion. They just want to stay in power and manipulate and gaslight us. That's what I want you to realize about the Obamas. They were never change agents. When Obama was first running, and he kept saying hope and change, and people were so inspired by him, by his charisma. A lot of psychopaths and narcissists are very charismatic. He's a narcissist. Maybe a psychopath. He started a lot of wars, right? I don't really know how many wars he started, but definitely a narcissist and doesn't care about people. He was friends with P. Diddy and all these guys. He liked the fame, the power, and hope and change. Well, I kept thinking, what are you going to change? He never said what he was going to change, that I heard. And how he was going to change it. He didn't change anything. He came in, I was a realtor at the time, right when the housing bubble the financial crisis was happening. And he bailed out the banksters. I call them the banksters because they're crooks. They were allowed by the Federal Reserve to violate all the proper lending laws because Greenspan wanted to keep this bubble going. And when it all collapsed, not only did he bail out Wall Street, he didn't hold any of the criminals accountable, not the ratings agencies, not the subprime mortgage agencies, not the banks, nobody, not the loan officers, nobody was held accountable. And it was obvious to me that this was a real estate bubble. And Greenspan, no, we've never had a national decline in housing prices. He knew. Greenspan should be in jail. So should the Cheneys, but I digress. Obama did nothing for the black people. I'm going to include an article from Newsweek in the description just so you can read that whole history. I'm not making it up. He wanted to have that in his back pocket to pull out as a convenience to twist your arm, and now there's wagging his finger. Black men, you better vote for Kamala. he got a lot of heat from the black men. They were angry with him because a lot of black men are going for Trump. And they didn't like being scolded by Obama for who they should vote, with that slimy, manipulative talk. And now Michelle Obama has come out wagging her finger. If you don't vote for Kamala, she's pro-abortion, and your daughter dies or your sister dies, that's your fault because you didn't vote for Kamala. Wag, 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 you bad, 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 bad person. It's so stupid. She doesn't give a shit about dying children. If you cared about dying children, Michelle Obama, why didn't you help all the dying children when you were in office? And why don't you say anything about the wars and the children that we've been killing in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Gaza? Because 70% of Israel's weapons come from the US. But you're not going to say anything against that because those are your supporters. Those are the people giving you money. The war companies, the pharmaceutical companies, those are the ones that you really care about. You don't care about the people. Don't pretend. I can see right through your scolding little finger, Michelle Obama. It's really, really infuriating, to be talked to that way. So that's the Obamas. They are just a fraud. And I don't consider Barack Obama black. He's not black. I know a black person when I see a black person. I'm a white person. And to me, Barack Obama is more white. He might have had a biologically black father, but he wasn't raised black. He wasn't raised in the black community. He was raised by his white mother, his white grandparents in Hawaii, probably middle class or upper middle class. He went to some kind of elite law school, didn't he? He's privileged. He doesn't talk like a black person either. Don't give me that. But he was a good stand-in for the oligarchs. These oligarch elites that want the war and whatever money-grabbing things they have. They're like, let's put Obama in. He's charismatic. He looks black. He's half black. Half. He's only half black, you guys. Just like I'm half Persian. That doesn't make me Persian. I've never even been there. Okay. So they put him in because they thought, oh, well, I heard this on Due Dissidence today, so I'm copying theirs, but I think it's right. They put him in because they thought, oh, well, he's going to be like, people will vote for him because he's black. They'll feel like they're really progressive. We voted for a black guy. But he's just going to be our little puppet and do our war thing and whatever. And that healthcare thing he did, it raised my healthcare costs so much because now I have to start paying for everybody else who doesn't take care of their health. They should really, really have pinned the healthcare cost to how good people take care of their health. If you're fat, you should pay more. If you smoke, you should pay more. Don't give me that. You can't help that you're fat. Yes, you can. People were never fat back in the 80s. Very few. If you watch those old movies, people were pretty thin. People are fat because they sit around on their fat ass and eat shitty food. And now my healthcare costs have gone way up because most Americans are not taking care of their health. Did me no favors. It only helped the people that were, that don't take good care of their health, and those with pre-existing conditions. We really should have had nationalized health care. That's what Bernie Sanders wanted. But that's another thing. If Barack Obama really cared about the people and the children, they would have nationalized the health care and done Medicare for all, like they do in European countries. It works just fine. But they didn't want to do that because they're bought and owned by Big Pharma, Wall Street, the military-industrial complex. They don't care about us. So Barack and Michelle Obama, you're a fraud. You've exposed yourself as a fraud. Okay, the Democratic Party has also exposed themselves because they got rid of every populist candidate and they install who they want, whatever puppet they want. They kicked out Bernie Sanders. They put in Barack, and now they put in Kamala, someone that nobody likes. And next they're going to put in Gavin Newsom, another guy I can't stand. They install people and then they run campaigns to wag their finger at you, do joy, and do all kinds of weird stuff and twerking to try to get you to vote for them. They're speaking to the very stupid people. Then we have Trump, who is like a chameleon. He's also he's a charismatic leader. Trump is like those Southern Baptist pastors. He's a charismatic leader. People think he's going to change things, but even if he wanted to, I don't know how you can. You know, you've got the U.S. has been a colonial empire ever since its existence. How are you going to stop that with one person? I don't know if you can, but at least he's saying the right things. The Obamas are not saying the right things. Neither are the Clintons. Neither is Kamala. They're saying all the wrong things. If you want to fool the people, at least say the right things. When you say the wrong things, that's even worse. That's why she's losing, in my opinion. Now I won't be back for the comments. The comments are turned off because there are some low caliber people that have access to phones that don't know how to behave on a phone yet. So I had to remove the comment privileges for everyone, but the members only videos will have comments, and the public videos will only be about events and books. Will not be talking about my personal life anymore to the public. That will only be in the members area. If you like my videos, you can buy me a coffee. Go to the bio of my channel to get all the links for everything. And thanks for watching my video.